Hey y'all, it's me, Edie Hill 1988, and
John.
and Carson, and Kane, and Kai Bucks. Yeah. And we're here for another episode of Real Talk with the Rices. And this one, it's not gonna be a little different for us, but it's gonna be, I guess, continue. No, it won't be about butts. It will be about, I guess it's like a continuation of, if y'all remember last year, we were talking about like our positivity kick and just being happy, being positive, and you know, just that whole thing. We were talking about the movie The Secret that we had watched last year. A few of y'all said y'all had watched it, and I can't remember what else we talked about, but it was like when I just started my positivity journey. So that was like in, I think last August, July, August, something like that. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna, I guess, tell y'all how we implemented being positive over the past 8 months or so. Has it been 8 months? August, September, October, November, December, January, February, 6 months, 6 to 7 months. How we've implemented some of the things that we learned from that movie and just other things in general, and how it is applied to our life now and how we have been reaping the benefits. So yeah, so if you haven't watched the movie The Secret, like, go just watch it. It's amazing. It hits a lot of key points that you kind of already know, but you sometimes forget in terms of being positive, and you know, just remember where your blessings come from, and just so many things, y'all. So anyway, we have been very, very blessed lately, and not even lately, I mean, we're always blessed, but they've been blessings we feel that have come out of nowhere. And when we actually really sat down and talked about it, we were like, you know what, they really didn't come out of anywhere or nowhere. I feel like we had to humble ourselves over the past year or so in order to receive these blessings. And so yeah, I mean, I don't know where I'm going with this. It's just kind of off the cuff, but I guess John could talk a little more. So he's got his dream job now, right, John?
Yeah.
And this time last year, he was at a job that he really wasn't comfortable with. I mean, it was paying the bills, obviously, but it was a job that he couldn't see himself at long term. And then some things happened there. He ended up leaving there, and he went into business with, we'll just say he went into business with someone, and that ended up, I'm not gonna say it didn't work out, but it still wasn't for us. So, you know, then he started looking elsewhere, and he applied to where he is now on a whim for a different position, and he actually got called back for the position that he has now, which he didn't even think that, you know, he didn't think it would, no, I'm not gonna say he didn't think it would ever happen, but it's one of those things where it's like, we weren't looking for it. I mean, he knew he was qualified, but he just didn't think that he would ever be he didn't think the opportunity would ever present itself the way it did. So, how do you feel that, how do you feel like us implementing the things we learned in The Secret and through our Bible and just everything that, you know, our whole positivity journey and our self-whatever journey over the past year, how do you feel that has helped prepare you for where you are now? Is that a good question?
I don't know if that helped me for what I'm doing now. I think what it did was it helped me keep my head up, so I was able to be able to have an opportunity for what I'm doing now. Cause
isn't that what I'm saying? No, I think we're saying the same thing.
No, what you're saying is how did The Secret and everything help me to do my job?
No, I didn't say that. I said, how's it prepared you for what you're doing now? As in, like, prepared you mentally for where you are now. I'm not saying it prepared you to do an actual job. I'm saying it prepared you for your mentality right now. Your mentality right now is a lot different than it was in August.
Okay. Well, it's prepared me very well.
See, y'all, I can't deal with this dude.
Well, I mean,
what I'm saying is, we stayed positive. Hold on just a second, babe. We stayed positive. We stayed very faithful, and we kind of had that unwavering faith. And so I think that helped catapult him into this position, like this whole. I know where I'm going with it, y'all. I was hoping he knew where I was going with it, so that this could be a decent real talk. But apparently, we're gonna have to. It's still gonna be really off the cuff. But I feel like this position wouldn't have presented itself if he had given up in August, when he's feeling like, oh my God, like, he honestly got to a point, we both got to a point where we're like, you know what, we're kind of depressed and life kind of sucks. Like, even though we had so many blessings, we have beautiful children, we have a home, we have 2 cars that are, you know, definitely great cars. I think we have so many blessings and so many things that we know are blessings that we're still taking for granted. And I think that we just had to honestly sit back and say, you know what, God, thank you for what we do have. Like, what we have is enough. Like, we have the nerve to be asking you for more, but what you gave us is more than enough. And I think once we humbled ourselves and actually, you know, we're grateful for what we did have, the more blessings came our way. I feel like if we hadn't humbled ourselves this past year, then we would have still been in that rut of just, you know, the whole, oh, I want this, I want that, it's not fair, why don't I have this when I have that? So I think once we got out of that mindset, then we were able to actually receive the blessings that God had just waiting for us. We just had to humble ourselves to receive them, is how I feel. And we had to get out of that spirit of just depression and just, not that I'm saying we're like, there's different levels of depression. Like, I'm not saying, you know, we were in a really, really bad place, but I mean, mentally we weren't where we are now. We were kind of just very stagnant and just like, okay, well, you know, we have the same routine every day, it is what it is. Like, we weren't looking for more blessings, we weren't looking for more opportunities, because we were just very content with life. And we're honestly right now, like, we're not content with life. And not that I'm saying we're not grateful for what we have, but we know that God just has so much more in store for us, that it's kind of like we're not going to sit and just be dormant and stagnant, and we're just not going to be, I mean, we're grateful for our blessings, but we're gonna, where are they going? We're grateful for our blessings, and we're grateful for the blessings that we have now, and we'll be definitely grateful and thankful for the ones that God has waiting for us. So, but I think in order to get to that point, we just had to humble ourselves, and that's where I was going with this. I hope that made sense. I don't know, but I definitely feel like we're in a different place now than we were even when we started this journey. And it's been just a journey of just faith, of love, of just, you know, us looking at what, you know, going over our goals every day, looking at one another, lots of tests, like us looking at each other in the eye every day and saying, you know, we still love each other, like we're still a family, we're still very blessed. Like even there were times where we felt like, oh God, like another thing's going on. But it's one of those things where it seemed like a lot of times it seemed like we couldn't get ahead. Like, we would take one step forward and be 10 steps back. So when we finally got to what we like I said, we looked each other in the eyes every day, and we held hands, we went over our goals, we said we love each other, we tried to be the best parents we could be, and then we kind of just came out of this fog, kind of like the past couple of months, and it feels really good to be on the other side finally. So and like I said too, I'm sure we're not out of the clear, like, because I expect so many more wonderful things to happen. Like, I don't feel like our blessings have ended here, but I'm just gonna say, if you feel like you're in that spirit of depression, that spirit of, oh God, why me, oh God, you know, not another thing, just like, no matter what, try to find a positive in something. And that's why on my Instagram, y'all, that's why I did the 100 Days of Happy back to back to back, because, well, actually I did 2 sets of the 100 Days of Happy, because when I did my first set, I was like, you know, I was on cloud 9, and then like a couple weeks went by, and I started feeling that spirit of depression again, and I was like, oh God, no. So the 100 Days of Happy forced me to find things in my life that made me happy, y'all. And that's what I did. So for 100 days, actually I guess technically 200 days straight, I found things that constantly made me happy, and that helped me stay out of that spirit of depression. So if you're like a social media whatever, like if you have Instagram, I would encourage you to do that 100 days of happy, because like I said, I did it the first time, and when I felt myself getting to a funk again, I did it again. And I just finished my 100 Days of Happy a couple days ago, and I may do it again this year, I don't know. Like, I just love it. Like, I loved being able to look at, like, sometimes it was just like, oh, I got a new shoe rack, but it's one of those things that, like I said, you find the little things in life that make you happy and that want to help you just keep going and just, you know, find the positive in every little thing. And that is honestly, that's what has just helped us so much this past year, honestly. So I would encourage you to do the 100 Days of Happy. If nothing, like, even if you don't put it on social media, write it down on a piece of paper, what you're thankful for, what you're grateful for. Oh God, my leg slipped. What you're thankful for, what you're grateful for. If you know, got a new haircut, write that down. You know, that makes you feel good. What the heck is he doing? Singing. So, all right, y'all, that's been Real Talk with the Rices. I'm sure this is rambly and blah, 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 because I'm trying to hurry up and get this done before we go into this restaurant. So, so if you have any questions, comments, concerns, hold on, Bubba, just a second.
My legs are big.
Your legs are what? Your legs are big, Turkey. Is that what you wanted this whole time? Oh, God, you're sweet. Yeah, we're not going to Toys R Us. Well, I want to go. We don't need to go. We'll be there all day. No, well, you got Taekwondo in 2 hours, so we got to hurry up. Sorry, y'all. This is completely rambling. I don't even know what I'm going to title this, but speed bump. But I just had to let y'all know that we're just in a wonderful place right now, and a few months ago we weren't. And I know, so on social media you can have whatever kind of persona you want. You can act however you want. You can only upload the happy, positive things. And I just want to be, I guess, more candid with y'all and let y'all know that I'm not always happy and roses, and I'm not always the perfect mom. And there are days I'm just like, oh my God, these kids are driving me crazy. Oh my God, you know, what's going on? So, but you just have to get out of that. You have to force yourself to find the happy, find the positive in everything, y'all. And I know it sounds like it sounds really easy, but at times it is hard. But you know, life is hard sometimes. You have to actually, you know, sacrifice things and work for what you want. So I don't know, y'all. But anyway, this has been Real Talk with the Rices. We're about to go into this restaurant. So, all right, y'all.
Deuces.
Right. Yeah, deuces. What, Bubba?
Mommy, I know this.
Hmm.
This is where the ice cream store.
This is, we're near Cold Stone. You're right.
Yeah, Cold.
Are you already out of your seatbelt? All right, bye, y'all.